Okay, so I got asked this question a lot by a lot of subscribers, and they said, explain Urashiki's blue Rinnegan, and I'm going to give you what I think is my explanation for what it is. Alright, I don't think it's anything special at all or anything to worry about. So, what do I think Urashiki's blue Rinnegan is? I think that is basically Urashiki activating his Rinnegan, just like we saw in the Boruto episodes. So, if you really think about it, right, people think having a different color Rinnegan basically makes it even more powerful, but that's not the case at all. It's just a different color. Like, say for example, when we first saw Momoshiki's Rinnegan, his golden Rinnegan, after he absorbed Kinshiki in the manga, when it first appeared, people thought, oh well, this may be the next evolution of, Rinnegan, and even his Byakugan turned gold. People thought this is the next level, but that wasn't the case at all. It was just a change of color, and in fact he gained a third Rinnegan right in the middle of his head. And if that was the case, if that was a boost, he should have been able to demonstrate some new powers, but his ass got whooped either way by Naruto and Sasuke anyway. So yeah, just because your Rinnegan is a different color doesn't necessarily mean it gives you a huge power boost. It's nothing special at all based on what we've seen. And why does his Rinnegan turn blue? It's very simple. Look at Momoshiki's Rinnegan. It's golden, right? But whenever he activates it, it turns red, just like his original red Rinnegan. So that's basically him activating his Rinnegan. That's basically it. Activating your Rinnegan will cause it to sometimes change color, nothing else. So now I'm going to do a Q&A. I'm going to answer a few questions, because remember, now I do, question Q&As after making a video. I make a follow-up video answering your questions in the comment section below. So let's start with this one. It says, Madara couldn't beat Urashiki even with Jubi. You are reaching. Well, I don't think so, and let me give you my reasons why. Alright, Naruto and Sasuke were at their peak when they were basically fighting Kaguya Otsutsuki, right? But before that, Madara basically had the upper hand. He had both his Rinnegan, and he had one in the middle of his head. He had 4 Limbo clones, and Naruto and Sasuke were basically shitting their pants. Kishimoto basically said that he had to find some way to get rid of Madara because he was unstoppable. And in that manga chapter where he basically cast the infinite Tsukiyomi, everyone was basically in the Genjutsu, and Naruto and Sasuke were pissed. And that's them at their peak, right? So the fact that they are at their peak and Madara made them shit themselves, and Zetsu turning him into Kaguya Otsutsuki basically gave them a better fighting chance, because Kaguya Otsutsuki was more of a mess than Madara, basically means that this guy is stronger than Naruto and Sasuke. Urashiki is running away from Sasuke alone, okay? And if he really was serious, he could have easily defeated Sasuke, right? But he didn't. He ran away, and he was scared twice. All right, so that shows that he can't take on Sasuke by himself. He probably could, but taking on Naruto and Sasuke by themselves, he couldn't. Definitely not based on what we've seen, and I'm only speaking on based on what we've seen. And I don't think he's playing. He always runs away whenever he sees Sasuke. All right, so if he's running away from Sasuke, and Madara can basically whoop Naruto and Sasuke's ass all together with the Jubi absorbed and all 3 Rinnegan on his head, there's no way I'm reaching. He can whoop Urashiki's ass, right? And we've only seen Urashiki use, 2 abilities, which is the dimensional one and the one where he basically uses his Rinnegan to disappear. Momoshiki is apparently his superior, so most likely, right, Momoshiki can take on Urashiki, and that is why Urashiki is inferior, because obviously Otsutsuki, the clan, is based on power, and if Momoshiki is superior than Urashiki, that means Urashiki is basically inferior. And if Urashiki merged with Kinshiki and got his ass whooped by Naruto and Sasuke, that basically means that Urashiki most likely is weaker. Alright, so no, I'm not reaching. And Madara is stronger than Naruto and Sasuke combined. So no, I'm not reaching. Madara could whoop Urashiki's ass based on what we've seen. Alright, so next comment basically says, I'll be here when Urashiki gets serious and remind you, you said he can't do nothing. Well, here's the thing. Whenever someone, right, because I've seen comments like this before where people say, you know what, this character's not doing good and you're shitting on this character, but in the future, when the character gets better, I will be here to, shove it in your face to make you remember that you were shitting on this character. All right, let me give you an example to basically give you my answer, because I do see people like this saying this in other YouTubers comment sections. All right, look at Sakura in part 1 of Naruto. She basically had no jutsus, had no genjutsu, had absolutely nothing, and had team members who were relying on her and putting their lives in danger. How would you go to a war, right, with teammates being unprepared and having nothing to display. People called her useless, and the thing is, it was true, because at that time she was useless. She had nothing to contribute, and if anything, she was always in the way and needed saving. Does that mean Sakura is useless now? No, because she's grown. She has ability and potential now to hold her own. But back in those days, right, she was useless, and that was a fact, and people said it. Does that mean that, you should, shove things in the face after Sakura becomes stronger? No, because back then she really was useless, and people were talking about that she was. So yeah, right now Urashiki, all he's doing is taking L's and running away. So yeah, right now we don't know how strong he is, right? But based on what I just said, the previous answer that I answered, I don't think Urashiki is that strong at all. So maybe, yeah, he has, something up his sleeve, but whatever it is, it's not going to do anything, because if you've read the manga, you know exactly, what happened to the Hidden Leaf Village, right? And that's basically how much impact Urashiki basically has. And yeah, that gives me reason to underestimate him. So yeah, that's basically it. So next comment is, in my opinion, he was not serious when facing Boruto and Shiki. He even stated himself that he was going to torture and toy with them for his own amusement. The dude never went all out. However, I will admit, perhaps Shiki and Boruto surprised him a bit with their techniques, especially Boruto's Jogan. Yeah, that's true. So let's say you were to spot a wasp's nest in your backyard, and obviously you don't want it to be there, so you decide to get rid of it using some raid wasp spray to kill the majority of the wasps. But maybe you get a little too arrogant and you miss a couple, so they start stinging you and let your guard down. Just because they stung you doesn't mean that you got your ass kicked. It just means you miscalculated a bit and underestimated them. Sure, Boruto and Shinki are genin, but it's clear that they are more skilled than what Urashiki was anticipating at the time. But that does not mean they kicked his ass. Well, I disagree with that. I agree and disagree with that. Yes, he was, underestimating them. That is why they delivered that L. They did whoop his ass and got him angry and upset about that, because he would not be angry and upset if they didn't do anything to him. And yeah, he underestimated them. But not only did they, hit him and, damage his eye, they actually blew his horn off. And if anything, in the novel, in Boruto the movie, and even in the anime, when Sasuke was fighting Kinshiki, after he sliced off Kinshiki's horn, this guy literally went out to try and kill him because of that. And he even had a grudge, and in the Chunin exam, when Kinshiki appeared, he mentioned the fact that Sasuke sliced his horn off and said, "I will make you pay for that." So that's like the ultimate disrespect to cut an otsutsuki's horn off, because that's how they identify, based on horns. And yeah, in the manga, you can see there are depictions of Otsutsukis, and they are all identified by their horns. So if you destroy that stuff, you basically kind of, destroyed their identity. And that's basically what Boruto did by destroying this guy's horn. Half of his horns are blown off. So yeah, that's ultimate disrespect. He did get his ass kicked, and he took a major L, which, fucks up his identity. And that's basically why he was pissed off. So yeah, he did miscalculate and underestimate them. But at the end of the day, he got his ass whooped, and that made him salty. So yeah, that's basically it. He kind of did take an L. So he basically says, yeah, but that does not mean they kicked his ass. But I mean, Boruto got a direct hit on Urashiki's eye with a Rasengan powerful enough to completely destroy the entire rock formation behind Urashiki, and all he managed to do was put some scruff marks around Urashiki's eye. Well, he did destroy his horn as well. So a couple episodes before, Urashiki either tanked and dodged a blast from Shikaku at point blank range. If you honestly think Urashiki is being serious, you might want to recall Madara's quote, "What adult would go full force when fighting mere children?" Well, yeah, he is toying, but at the same time, because of that, he got his ass handed to him. Madara, if he was toying, would not get his ass handed to him unless he really wanted, to test your power out and make you think that you were, winning. That's what he done. So there's a difference between Madara and Urashiki. Urashiki underestimated Boruto and Shinki, and he got his ass handed to him. So yeah, just because he wasn't going full powers holding back doesn't necessarily mean his ass didn't get handed to him, because it did, right? So yeah, next question is, so when are we gonna have a full power Sasuke battle? I'm talking about Sasuke pulling out his overpowered moves. So I assume you only watch the anime, you haven't read the manga, but later on Sasuke will be put in a situation where he has to go all out. And let's say that he does put his best foot forward. The outcome of the battle, I'm not going to tell you, but I do manga reviews and stuff, so if you're really interested in that, you can just go and watch the reviews, or even read the manga for yourself and find out exactly what happens. But I don't know when the anime is gonna adapt the manga, because they are really waiting for the manga to reach a certain point, and then they will try and adapt that. I don't know. So yeah, they're basically wasting our time. But yeah, that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed my Q&A, and the next video I make, I will be doing a question and answers to that. So yeah, just drop your comments below because you will probably get an answer. I try to answer as much as I can without wasting a lot of time. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, and I want to know your opinions on what I said in this video in the comment section down below. Do you actually agree that Madara cannot handle Urashiki? And yeah, I have nothing more to say. Bye.